Hi, I am Courtney Hazelwood, and this is my dating site analysis for social psychology. The site that I chose to analyze is Bumble, and I chose this site because I know actually quite a few people that have used the app and have had success with the app. Um, so I thought it would be fun to kind of just look at it more. I've never used it myself, but it was very interesting to see what the app had to offer, or the site had to offer, and just get to know more about it. So the demographics for Bumble are generally like people under 30 years of age. They target millennials and like college students. Uh, Obviously, people that are older than 30 use the app, like in everything. Everybody can use it, but it's just there are less people that use it that are over the age of 30, so they, I think, aim their advertising more at the younger generations. Um, and originally, the app was used for just like finding a date, but they have added the ability to use the app to find a friend, or they have like Bumble Business where you can use the app to find a job or connect with other people and do some networking and just connect with potential employers. Um, I believe that navigating the website wasn't too difficult. As you can see in the upper right corner, there is the navigation bar, and it has all the tabs that you need to really. That's all you need to know right there to get around the site. But while I was clicking around on the site, it kind of pointed at the app a lot. So I do believe that Bumble relies more heavily on their app um, instead of their website. Bumble caters more to women, which I found this to be kind of cool. Bumble makes it a point to mention that they challenge the heteronormativity of traditional dating, and they try to remove the component of like sexual harassment on dating apps, which is why they have made it to where women have to be the ones to initiate conversation with their potential match. And another cool feature is that if you talk a little bit with that person and you don't connect with them and you don't want to continue having that channel open or letting them have that access to you, then if you don't respond within 24 hours, then the match can disappear from their conversations. The criteria for matching is, well, obviously, both parties have to swipe right in order to match. But first, in order to get into a potential partner's swipe deck, the profiles must be similar based on filters that are used. And the basic filters are like kind of similar with every dating site, where you just kind of say what you're interested in, your age, and like your distance of where you're able to meet people, or where you're interested in meeting people. However, if you pay for the premium app on Bumble, then you can get advanced filters. And these filters can be as specific as saying like you don't want somebody who smokes, or you do want somebody who smokes. However, if you want to get that specific with it, then you have to, in your profile, designate whether or not you do that thing. So if you want a non-smoker, then you have to say that you are a non-smoker. But I do think it's pretty cool that you can get that specific with it. So Bumble has actually published any like official success rate on their website or anything. They had several articles of like successful couples, and you could read their stories, but they didn't have any like statistics about how good the app is at matching people. So I just did a little searching around online, and I found this article that kind of compared various dating sites, and it found that Bumble was the second best matchmaking app, with 12.9% of respondents being engaged to or married to their partner they met on the app. Bumble was behind Tinder. So Tinder is still in first place. And the link is right there if you want to read that article. How likely will the typical person be able to find not only a match but also a long-lasting romantic relationship? I believe that it can be pretty likely that a typical person finds a match. Like I said before, I know several people that have met on the app and are still dating to this day after years. So I know that it can be successful, and typical people can find a match. However, like in any situation with dating, there are a few things that you have to be aware of. The text, for example, explains that there are 5 factors that influence our choice of friends or lovers. And these include proximity, similarity, those who like us, those who are physically attractive, and those who are competent. And I think that we rely heavily on those factors when it comes to online dating, because immediately you judge off of photos, and you get those people based on proximity and similarity. And then you read bios and you see how competent they are, and then if they match with you, they like you, and all these things play a part in online dating. Additionally, I do think that online dating in general is a good move for people who are socially awkward or socially anxious, like myself, and struggle a little bit with initiating conversation and continuing conversation in person. So being able to have the time to react and construct messages and think through it, I think might give some people a better chance at getting a relationship up and running. I actually read that in a journal article about how it is really important for some people who aren't great at social interaction. And then another journal article that I read mentioned that a big part of it is the biography, which I think also plays into the competency thing and the similarity thing. But the biography plays an important role in online dating success. And especially if one can describe themselves in a positive light, or if they seem ambitious and not just like a lazy person hanging out, then they have a better chance at matching. However, the catch with all of this is what Aronson described as the paradox of choice, which can block potential matches, with there being so many options for people to look through. They might not be able to settle on just one, and they might always want to see what else is out there because of their easy access to it with these websites and apps. How can designers of this dating site improve the site? Like I said, I haven't used this app, but I did look around a little bit and read some opinions about this app, or this website, sorry. And what I noticed was that a lot of people take issue with the limited swipes per day. You get so many swipes a day, and sometimes you won't find a match in that day, so they would want more swipes to be able to look at more options. Another comment was that sometimes women find it difficult to start the conversation. And while that option is good for it to be women first, they thought that it would be nice for women to be able to like check a box or something and make it to where the opposing person or potential partner could message first and get the conversation rolling. And lastly, there was a comment that directly applied to the paradox of choice, and they had mentioned wanting a match limit so that women wouldn't be bombarded with an enormous amount of possible partners, and so that men aren't disappearing into the crowd. So maybe at like a limit of 10 matches at a time or something. But they found that a lot of times men were not getting as many matches as women were, and women were just getting like matches upon matches of possible relationships. So yeah, those are the only improvements I could think of, or like issues that people had with Bumble in general. Okay, and as for my references, I use the textbook, and I used a couple of journal articles that I found through the online database, through the library. And I use those for the information about how a typical person could find success using an online dating site. So yeah, that's my analysis on Bumble. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool website and app, and I think that it can be used in a lot of cool ways. They're doing that with the friend option and the business option and the dating option. So yeah, anyway, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good rest of your semester. Goodbye.